Good morning, good morning, good morning, Joanne.
Good morning, Mercy.
How are you?
I'm very fine. How are you, Mercy?
I'm not fine. It's really cold. It's raining. So, yes, but I'm glad we're here this morning. Thank you for tuning in to the AFarmers Hot Breakfast Show with me, Mercy Kemunto.
Joanne Nyambura.
Thank you so much. It's really cold and it's raining. And
Yes, it is. But I had a cup of coffee today.
okay,
I'm feeling a bit warm. You need to know these things.
you need to teach me these things. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are currently live on Facebook and we are live on YouTube. So you can actually reach us through other social media platforms. That is
AFarmers with a Z on Twitter and Instagram, and AFarmers Media on LinkedIn.
yes, that is our social media platforms that you will sure get us or reach at. If you don't have access to any of this, you can actually call us through our call line. That is 0700293031. Let me repeat that again. That is 0700293031. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are glad that you are here despite the cold and the weather. John, today I was almost not coming here for the breakfast show.
Hey, please no. Why?
I boarded a motorbike. Hey. Tragic, you know, with the roads and matope and everything. Hey, I told this guy, you know what? From here, I can actually take from here. Let me just walk. Because I wasn't ready to conquer matope and I couldn't imagine myself going back home again.
But actually, there is a very small part.
Just like a small part down here.
Yes. Hapo unafika tu and you just tell them, my friend, I will just walk.
Yes.
I also walked, funny thing, but anyway.
Here you are.
Yeah.
Yes, so you can just sit back with your coffee and listen to us. We here at AFarmers, yes, even tea, yes. With this cold weather, actually, you need something hot. Take care of yourselves. Yes, that's important. Actually, you know, with the total the total change of climate from sunny to rainy, there's this wave inakwanga hapa of homa. So just keep yourself warm. It's important to take care of your health. Very important.
Actually, as a farmer, you really need to look at that, especially now that it's training. You need to be with the best health.
It's important.
Yes, for planting, if people are going to plant.
Yes, so I'm sure farmers, you are so happy.
Because yes, we are. Mercy, we are farmers. So as farmers,
we are happy. Yes, my bad. So as farmers, we are very excited that the rains are here. At least there's a hope for a better yield or a better season this time round. Just optimistic that things are going to get better because the price of things in the market scares me. I feel like calling my mom and telling her, Mom, there's a way that I feel like I need to go back to being a baby and just come home. Yes.
There's no going back.
There's no going back. But here we are.
Yes.
Here we are. So before we go on, I want to look at the newspaper review and what is trending in our country this early morning. So first of all, the UDA announces repeat nominations after results disputed.
They did it again.
Yeah, they did it again.
That's nice.
They're thinking of doing it again because they were not fair, and I think the rate at which we are searching off the key is not that good. They think it's important, as I said just yesterday, it's important for us to have a fair and free nomination because this is a nomination. Just if we don't get an opportunity, you can actually stand as an independent candidate if maybe you're not nominated, and maybe you have your own crowd, you have your own people that will still vote for you. So it's important to just think of a solution B in case, instead of forcing people to maybe fight or kufanyaje kwa tu initiating them to fight. Yes, it's not good at all. So the Deputy President William Ruto led the UDA party leader earlier on acknowledged the receipt of a total of 115 disputes, 94 of which were for members of the county assemblies, these are the MCAs.
But actually, did you see the results after they did the nominations? And it was totally off. Very off. And you are looking at the nominated candidates, and you're thinking, this person is not even popular. This person hata hajulikani. the person who is known and has been standing with the UDA party is nowhere to be seen.
I didn't say about that, but
Yeah,
these days it's not actually a matter of, as I came to realize that your popularity does not mean you're going to get the seat.
It does not mean it.
Yes, because people are actually buying crowds. People are actually buying crowds, and they buy a lot of people maybe to stand in this when they are having this. They do actually buy people maybe to support them and show support, but I think we Kenyans should just think and choose a leader who's going to help us as a nation. That's the important part of it. So this repeat of the nominations will be on Friday, the 22nd of this month, and yeah, that's all we have for the party
Basically,
nomination.
It's just tomorrow and then on Friday.
Yes,
So
just tomorrow and then on Friday. So
I really hope they have better ones, because it was a very bad picture that they portrayed. Having those strikes on the roads and having those banners up, it's not really a good sight.
it's not a good sight.
And coming from a person you're supposed to vote for president, or maybe other people are thinking of voting for him, it's not a good picture. Yeah, it's kind of looking at what we are going towards, and I think we can do better. We can do better.
Yes. So going on, the World Health Organization launches traditional medicine hub in India. Yes.
Nice. And I understand India has the best, is actually one of the best countries with herbal farming.
Herbal farming, not even herbal farming, but the traditional medicine.
Yes.
It's the best, even when it comes to matters of your health being attended to. I basically think it's the best. And yeah, so the World Health Organization launches its global center for traditional medicine at a site in India that's what is yesterday.
Nice,
Yes,
nice.
aimed at unlocking its potential by blending ancient practices with modern science.
And what is India doing? Because I know when you feel like there's this certain strength they have in medicine. In medicine,
That's the area of strength, I could say that. And
if our leaders actually go all the way to India for surgeries, for chemos, when it comes to cancer, I really would like to know what they're doing.
Different, or all they're doing different actually, but I think that's the area of strength. Like they focused on their area of strength and perfected it. Same to you as a farmer, just focus on your area of strength. I know it's not part of the topic, but just focus on your area of strength and perfect it. Yes. So for many millions of people around the world, traditional medicine is the first port of call to treat many diseases. Yes. Like unasikianga umejaribu miti shamba.
But this time when we're heading there, start taking the lemons and tangawizi earlier. Start taking them earlier. It's a very good preventive way of easy homas a change of weather. So do it now. Start doing it now before homa ikupate, and you're in a position where you need medicine, actual medicine. Yes. So on to other, what is trending this morning is that the IMF, that's the International Monetary Fund, says that Russia's war in Ukraine will severely set back the global economy. Mercy, we have seen it.
It's here already.
Kenya is a very small country. It's a small country.
But, when it comes to now, I think that now the effect comes in maybe probably lending the money or whatever they were producing.
Exactly.
And whatever they were exporting from their country, whatever they were selling out. With the world and everything, you can't be at ease to produce something, and it will affect the economy before we get back again. COVID was here, now it's the Ukraine and Russia war. But each and every single day here at AFarmers, we wake up being optimistic that things will soon get better.
Yes.
So the IMF now expects the world economy to expand by 3.6% in both 2022 and 2023, a sharp deceleration from growth of 6.1 in 2021.
What?
So it was 6.1 in 2021, and now it is at 3.6.
That is like halfway down. Hey, that is a drastic drop.
Yes. So the IMF has also slashed its expectations for global economic growth over the next 2 years because of Russia's invasion of Ukraine, comparing the ripple effects from the conflict to an earthquake. Like it's getting worse. Yes.
Anyway, what can we do? We can only find solutions for what is happening. So basically, as they have said, we need to find solutions and work with them, because it's a ripple effect, as they have said. And if we just sit down and watch it, we're going to be on a very bad receiving end.
Yes.
We can actually see it.
Yeah.
You see, a very short time, and the effects are big. So basically, we need to find solutions.
We have to bounce back. Not even finding solution. It's us being in a place that we have to motivate ourselves and really put extra effort for us to be able to bounce back. Yes. So the last one, we have stubborn cockroaches, bedbugs denying Nairobi residents sleep.
Hey, okay.
Yes, and that's true. Imagine some of the assets grappling with bedbugs and cockroaches include Babadogo, Isli, Kayole, Komarok, Pipeline, and Kaloleni.
Pipeline. Okay.
So there's someone here who is saying that for the past 7 years I have been sharing my house, mattress, seats, and utensils with some annoying insects. And they are often actually picked inside matatus and social places like bars and wait, what? How is that possible? Bars and restaurants, matatus, I can agree to that, maybe because of maintenance and everything. But for bars and restaurants, how is that possible?
Must say there are bars
that have.
My friend, those are the local. When they're talking about bars, they're talking about the local bars where maybe hygiene is not key, because I'm sure some of us go to the high maintenance places, bar and restaurants, but then there are the local bars, and actually if you pass around you'll see the hygiene is not at its best.
Yes.
So I totally understand when they say that. I have a question for you, Mercy. Do you know what have you ever seen a bed bug?
Have I ever seen a bed bug?
Can you actually identify
bed bug? No, I can't.
Hey.
Maybe I Google it and see how it looks like, but I've never identified a bed bug.
Do you know its effects when it bites?
No.
Okay.
What are its effects?
As they have said, you never sleep, and they actually attack.
For really, you never sleep. They bite you.
Aye. Yes.
They're not just moving around.
No, they bite you, and they leave so very big lumps. When they bite you,
you're going to have me scared of boarding these matatus.
And actually, they like the neck.
That's it for today's trending news this early morning. Thank you so much for tuning in. And today we want to discuss. We've been talking about challenges, effects, farmers this, farmers that. But today we want to look on some of the crops that people do not put in more effort as it should be. Like cotton, people tend to think that this one is not profitable as such. Today we want to look at herb farming. Herb farming, yes, and it's important we look at. But today we want to just major on 3 important types of herbs. We have the coriander, the dill, and the thyme. Those are some of the most common used herbs in Kenya. And we're going to discuss on some of its benefits and some of the facts that you don't know about these crops that we tend to overlook and not concentrate much on them. So we're going to discuss about the coriander, that's the dania. That's the commonly used name. We have a dill, it's sort of a medicine, and we also have thyme. We're going to look at that, and we're going to explain to you its benefits, how to plant them, and actually why people, and its economic benefits actually.
Oh, nice.
Yes, and why you should not actually think that it's not beneficial or it's not profitable. we're going to look that in the show. But before we go there, I want us to look on the weather forecast. Yes, what is trending on our weather today? And it's the 20th of April, and it has already started raining this early morning. So in Nairobi, it's going to be really cloudy and a minimal sunny interval, max of 26 degrees. But it's going to be rainy part of the better part of the day. Mombasa, we have sunny intervals and a little bit of showers. Kisumu, they'll be experiencing no rain. We have Eldoret with sunny intervals. Nakuru, it will be rainy, sunny intervals. Same to Nyeri, max of 27 degrees Celsius. Marsabit will be experiencing rains and sunny intervals of max of up to 28 degrees Celsius. The thing is, I'm just happy that the rains are here. That's one thing that should actually do motivate farmers to continue farming, because nimepanda, at least mvua is here for those farmers who depend on rain, because the farmers who are not in a very good position to actually maybe think of better ways of irrigating their crops, or they're not in a position to. They might think of it, but maybe financially they are not in a position to. So they have to fully depend on rain. Probably the western regions, the western region of Kenya, it's very rare to find actually people practicing agriculture. There are people who actually do it, but a higher percent depend on rain, because in those areas drought is it's a thing they've not experienced it.
True.
I think for the past 2 years maybe wameanza at least kumeanza kukauka kidogo, but it's a region that experiences rain sana, and it's evergreen. Have you ever gone to Kisii?
No, I've never
I will
been to
take
Kisii.
you one day. I'll take you one day.
Please do.
Yes,
Road
and this
trip.
place is actually green, evergreen.
What is the main crop that is grown in Kisii?
The main crop, actually people have specialized in so many crops. Kitambo I used to think it's bananas, but
Also, I really want to change that myth.
no,
That is why I'm asking.
it's not bananas. It's a crop, yes, that it's grown actually large scale in Kisii, but not so many people actually do practice it. Because I think I'm saying this because, for example, with my grandma, when I was growing up, she used to be so focused on coffee and bananas, sweet bananas. That was her business. Those are the crops that she used to grow. The others were just for substantial use, maybe maize, mboga. They were just not for selling, but for bananas she used to sell them, sell. Yes, and we have also yams. Yes, so the people actually, each and every single crop is grown in Kisii, different crops.
I think I need to go to Kisii.
Yes, I'll take you.
When I hear of Kisii, I think of bananas. The road. Beside the road is bananas.
That's what you imagine. Imagine that's not how it is. If you have that mentality like Joanne, that's not even how it actually is. No, that's not how it is actually. No, it's not.
The only change maybe it's for fodder, for the cattle. You have cattle. In Kisii there's cattle.
A lot. Yes, sana.
Okay.
Cattle, they do rear cattle a lot. So yes.
For dairy farming. Nice.
Yeah. So
we need to go to Kisii.
Yeah, we'll be going to Kisii.
Do
Yes.
something
Speaking of
about it.
going to Kisii, just want to check on our roads, how they are this early morning. And the Nairobi East is packed. People are not actually moving at all. When I say they're not moving, they are not moving. The eastern bypass from GSU Training School heading towards town is moving very, very slow. Then we have someone is saying that cold and traffic is the worst combination. No longer towards Kappa, it's at standstill. I think the expressway is almost being finished. Why? I think the problem with traffic around Mombasa Road will be a little bit solved. Yes.
I saw something about the expressway. The sides of it, the water is draining on the roads.
It is draining on the roads.
Yes. So basically, there is someone who made a very crude comment, and I won't repeat it. But it's a very sad thing that I wish it would be rectified very fast.
Yes.
Because it's going to affect so many people. There are so many people who actually travel from Nairobi to the sides of Kitengela.
Yes,
And
or from Kitengela. Actually, there's a very huge population of people who use Mombasa Road in general.
yes.
Yes, it might not be in Kitengela, we have Mlolongo, we have just areas around there. There's so many people who use Mombasa Road. Then there is an accident near 75 Barracks causing traffic along the eastern bypass heading towards Mombasa Road. Yeah, the police are already here, so I think that will be solved. Yes. Then we are really suffering here in Etain, Kericho County. There's no fuel, and the fuel that is there, the price is hiked.
What?
Hiked. So
still have an issue with fuel.
So there's a price of actually even diesel being more than 125. It's at 125, I think.
Okay.
Yes. So just hoping for the best. Each and every single day, we just hope for the best.
I thought we had done with the fuel issue, shortage and all. It's taking us back, very, very far back. Yes, it's not a good thing. Dealing with the same issue, especially when it comes to fuel, a very essential thing. I
think it's a very essential thing. Because sana fuel goes for transportation. Everything needs transportation, from food to people. Just they have to be transported. So it's a very serious issue, but we're just hoping for the best. Yes. So this is the AFarmers Breakfast Show. That's what is happening currently in the world. That's how our roads are like, and that is how the weather is going to be for today.
Yes.
I want us to take a very short break, and when we come back, so we're going to discuss on coriander and some of the things that you don't know about coriander, some of its benefits, and actually even how to grow it. We're going to take a short break. This is the Hot Breakfast Show with me, Masike Munto.
Joan Nyambura.
Don't forget to comment, tune in, and tell us how is your morning like via our social media platforms. That is AFarmers Media on Facebook, Farmers Media on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, AFarmers with a Z on both Instagram and Twitter. We are also on LinkedIn. You can follow us. That is AFarmers Media. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back shortly.
Eggplant is a popular versatile vegetable that is glossy and purple in color. When it's cut, you will find a meaty white flesh dotted with small clusters of beige seeds. The unripe fruit is consumed as a cooked vegetable. Eggplant is a multitasker that can take on different and delicious forms. Eggplants are a great source of vitamins and minerals.
Mahindi yamekuwa chakula kikuu katika sehemu nyingi za ulimwengu na jumla ya uzalishaji wa mahindi kuliko ile ya ngano au mchele. Mbali na kuwa mahindi ni chakula, pia hutumiwa kutengeneza ethanoli, chakula cha wanyama na bidhaa zingine. Kunayo mahindi ya gume, mahindi ya ganda, yaani popcorn, mahindi ya unga na mahindi matamu. Mahindi yanalimwa sana kote ulimwenguni na kiwango kikubwa cha mahindi hutolewa kila mwaka kuliko nafaka nyingine yoyote. Shamba la mahindi linaweza kutayarishwa kwa kutumia njia za kawaida au za kilimo cha uhifadhi. Kilimo cha kuhifadhi ni pamoja na kunyunyizia dawa za kuulia wadudu zilizopendekezwa na wataalamu wa kilimo. Unaweza kutumia trekta au njia ya mikono kufanya kilimo cha mahindi. Ni muhimu kuandaa ardhi mapema ya kutosha kuruhusu magugu kukauka na kuoza kabla ya kupanda.
Welcome back, and thank you for staying tuned here at the Hot Breakfast Show with me, Masi Kemunto.
Joan Nyambura.
Thank you so much for tuning in, and we're glad that you are with us this early, chilly, cold morning. Yes, and this is AFarmers Media, where we do connect, learn, and grow together. We as farmers, as I told you, I'm a farmer. Yes, I'm a farmer. I came to realize that actually I'm a very good farmer. Yes, so where we connect, learn, and grow, we as farmers, and also as we also tell the story of an African farmer for you to attain knowledge and grow profits. Don't forget to continue commenting down below on our comment section, on our social media pages. That is AFarmers Media on Facebook. We are at AFarmers Media on YouTube.
AFarmers at AFarmers with a Z and an underscore on Twitter and Instagram, and AFarmers Media on LinkedIn.
Thank you so much for tuning in. And today we are talking about herb farming, some of the most important herb in our bodies, some of the important herbs that people actually tend to forget that they are really important, that they are important. And we want to discuss about coriander. And how long do you use coriander in a week? How many times?
Depends on what I'm cooking. If I'm cooking meat, I have to use coriander. If I'm making matoke,
you have to use, yes.
Basically, the only thing I don't use coriander is veggies.
Yes.
No, not actually veggies, greens. Because my cabbage has to have coriander.
Yes. You see, coriander is it's a commonly used herb.
Yes.
Or plant. And for coriander, it has two seeds that if you ukizivunja before you plant it, it actually increases the rate at which they're going to grow. Same way, if it's actually a single seed, yes, you can still plant it. But now for a single seed, this is how it happens. If you plant a freshly harvested seed, it's going to take more time before it germinates. But if you store these seeds for 15 to 30 days,
yeah,
it's inamea haraka. And I think in Kenya, this is the most, like, unasikianga tu, go buy for me meat, dania. Buy for me probably viazi dania. Like, for dania is a commonly, like, it's a product that is used almost in all homesteads, because it's cheap. Okay, saizi mpanda a bunch, it's 10 bob. It used to be 5 bob, but anyway, we move with the economy. I went to just yesterday, I went to my grocery person, and I was like, how much is Dania? It's 10 bob. And how much is hoho? It's 10 bob. And how much are nyanyas? One each at 15 shillings. And I was like, are you sure? Or you want really to con me?
It happens. The same thing with me yesterday. I bought hoho at 10 bob and my Dania at 10 bob. But then my nyanya, I bought one at 10 bob. So
we are different, but you almost,
you need to come to my place.
Yes. So Dania, I think it's one crop that haikosangi kwa food, and this is one very profitable, because if you have like an acre of, let's say you have 1 acre of land, and you plant your, let's say your coriander, that's Dania, and it should give you a maximum of 15 kgs. One
acre?
Yes.
Yeah, that is possible. That is
And
possible.
actually, 1 kg of coriander goes for between 30 shillings and 90 bob. So when the knee is bad, it's actually at 90 bob. So you can imagine how much you're going to get.
You can work with 50 on a normal day.
50 kgs. 50 bob per kg. So if you have your 15 kgs in 1 acre of land and you sell it at 50 bob each, that is around 7,200.
200
on a good day.
Okay.
And you see, with coriander, it's not something that, oh yes, coriander, you do harvest it, your fruit.
Your fruit.
Okay.
But then you don't have to
for personal use, because I used to have a kitchen garden and I had Dania. For your own personal use, just don't have to uproot. Just pluck like a few leaves that you're going to use. No, watch a maintain.
But then, if your kitchen garden has never had coriander,
you need to do something.
You need to do something.
About urban farming and you having a kitchen garden, you can try out planting. They grow the fastest.
Yes.
They grow really, really fast, that you can actually start using them in like a month's time after Umepanda.
1 month. The longest it can go is 1 month and a half. Yes, but basically 1 month can work.
Yes, a month can actually work perfectly well.
Yes.
And you see, with coriander, I think we have its advantages, health advantages. Yes, for example, it lowers your blood sugar. That's something that people don't know. And the fact that you're taking vitamins, it's a vitamin. So the fact that you're taking the vitamins into your body, it's important. It's important for your own body growth and even your just body functioning very much well.
But do you know something, Mercy? Most of us take Dania and we don't know why we are taking Dania. Basically, we take it for the taste and the smell.
For the smell.
Wait. For the scent.
For the scent. Actually, it's not a smell.
I'm sorry.
It's a scent. Is wrong. It's a scent.
It's a scent.
Or it's sweet scent. It's a very sweet scent. That's why people actually buy it, because kuna venye tu
inavutia. You will know when someone is cooking coriander in their house.
Yes,
you will know
from afar. Even you could actually even tell if food has coriander.
Yes.
But from me just looking at it, it's sweet aroma. It's what actually makes me buy Dania. I never used to know why exactly, but for me, I used to think that stew has to have Dania for its sweet aroma. It's compulsory. It's some sort of compulsory thing for Kenyans.
Yes, basically that is true.
If you find someone amepika nyama, probably hakuli, but it's a compulsory thing. And for coriander farming, actually the funny thing is you can actually get up to 40,000 per month, just coriander farming.
Hey.
Yes.
I've never thought of
on a good day, you can
large
actually
scale.
get up to 40,000 per month if you just do what you're supposed to do. Everything, maybe from farming, maybe ensuring that the seeds that you're going to plant, they are healthy, that they have not overstayed. And for coriander, as you said, we advise for you to plant seeds that are aged between 15 to 30 days, not freshly harvested seeds. Yes. So, and for you to get a better result, you can conduct a soil pH test to ensure that your soil pH has enough organic matter for you to plant the corianders. It's important. As before, these are some of the most important things that you have to observe, the minor things that we tend to overlook, but they are important before you planting something. That before Pande, understanding your soil pH, instead of you just planting for the sake of planting. You see, when you get to understand your soil pH, this means that you know the organic matter that is in your soil. This actually benefits you while planting. You know what,
even the nutrients,
yeah,
what you need to add,
what you need to add,
what you need to reduce,
what you need to reduce, using, because already maybe your soil has more of it, and it's important. And for, I think, hey, a fun fact, something that people actually don't know about coriander: if applied to your skin, for some people it can cause skin irritation. If this, I don't know why people will be applying it, but if you try to,
that was my first thought. I was like, wait,
why should you apply? But
people apply coriander on their skin.
Let me tell you. Funny enough, I might be having pimples on my face, and someone tells me, okay, apply coriander, imagine zinaisha zote. Trust me, I'll do it. Or if you apply this, your skin comes flawless. If you apply this, your skin comes this way. I'll do it, because you've told me it's benefit. But one funny thing is, if applied to your skin, it can cause skin irritation for some people. For some people, I don't see the benefit of for some people, actually, it protects the skin and fights infections. Funny enough. Very funny enough. Yes, this I think for the.
I think I'll try it.
Mashing the seeds and
I
everything.
think I'll try it.
Yes, and also they said it helps lower your blood pressure, or blood sugar.
Blood sugar, yeah,
Yes,
blood sugar.
Blood sugar that is in your body. It's important for you to take. You're in a position to actually take it often. It's important. It might not. You might not see the impact immediately, but I think it helps in lowering your blood sugar.
And another thing, I also think, if you have an issue with your blood sugar going down, coriander, I understand it's very powerful. You should not be taking it,
because it lowers it, so it should not be going lower. So it's very
yes.
often if it's your blood sugar, it's really high. And another thing, it boosts your immune because of the antioxidants that are found in it. So kuna venye immunity yako inacheza kiyeye.
But I think that comes from the seeds, not actually the plant, the leaves.
Yeah, this actually comes from the seeds itself.
The seed. You extract
the seeds. That's why I'm saying that if you are able to extract these seeds and oils that are found in the seeds, it helps lower your blood pressure. In fact, people who have low blood sugar or take diabetic medicine should practice caution with coriander, because it's so effective in lowering blood sugar. It's very effective.
That is
yes.
true.
And another advantage, as you have said, it's rich in your immune boosting, because it has antioxidants that are actually important. And these now antioxidants, these are, I think they are some things, the things that fight inflammation in your body, like kufura, maybe allergies. It helps, so you won't be so allergic. You see, for me personally, I'm allergic to cold. My body, I'm allergic to cold.
Hey, Mercy.
I'm allergic to cold. Yes, and with me, for example, when the weather is really cold, you find your body is very itchy, and you maybe start swelling, and this is important. And I've realized that today, that coriander can help me and lessen my inflammations from the allergy of cold. So don't laugh at me when I say that I'm allergic to cold. Yes.
Hey, I've never had that.
Yes, the people are allergic to cold.
What happens
when it's really cold? You feel like your body is itchy and it starts swelling. Yes, that's how it happens.
The whole body, or maybe part of it?
The whole body. The whole body. You can even actually feel like your face over here is itchy, and after some time when you try to itch it, then it swells.
The only thing I've ever had is for when it comes to the toes and the fingers.
They do what?
They swell. They actually swell.
When it's cold?
Yes, I actually saw it at high school, where it gets so cold during the month of July, and actually they swell, and that person cannot do anything with the hands, and maybe has a lot of trouble while walking. So that is the only one I've ever heard of and seen. Hii yako ya mwili I really do not want to see it.
I'm unique.
Hey, okay. That is okay. That is okay.
Yes, but funny enough, I came to realize that I'm allergic to cold. At first, it was like, wait, what are you guys even saying? What are you telling me that I'm allergic to cold? Because I used to feel really uncomfortable, and I go to the hospital, and the house I used to live in, it was really cold. It was cold. And I went to the hospital, and I was told like, I'm allergic to proteins, yes, but within that period, I had lessened. You see, when you feel like your body is reacting to something, you like maybe lessen the intake of proteins. Because personally, I'm allergic to proteins.
And you're allergic to proteins.
And I'm allergic to proteins. So I have enough proteins. When I do overdo it, taking them into the body, they actually react with my body. So I actually lessened the intake of proteins, and there was no change. So I was like, no, I have to go to the hospital. And when I went to the hospital, I was told I was allergic. And now I found another solution is me taking in coriander. Yes, Dania. Okay. And another funny thing that coriander actually does, it helps in fighting infections. Like just infections in general, the foodborne illness. You know, to maybe I have food poisoning.
I have a stomach upset.
I'm
bloated.
Or my stomach has bloated. Coriander is very important. Yes. It also, as I said, it also protects your skin and for the seeds. For some people, it causes skin irritation. So it depends on your skin. You have to maybe visit a dermatologist, maybe helps you out to get to understand your skin, what is not good for your skin and what is beneficial to your skin. And the last benefit of it is that it's a very easy to add to your diet. Like unachuna tu unakata, that's it. Yes, you can. And it's also available in powder form. So if you're actually practicing coriander farming, maybe you don't see its benefit as much as you think it should have benefited you, you can try doing value addition for it. Just putting it in powder form and packing it in tins and selling out. Because when it's in powder form, maybe a person with blood sugar, it helps in brain health, in your health, heart health. See some of these advantages. So maybe someone opts in taking it as in powder form than having it as a vegetable. So it depends on how someone wants. So if you think that you are not doing as much as you thought that you should be doing, you can actually try and do value addition.
True.
Dry it, find machines to dry it, powder form, then sell it ikiwa in powder form. Yes.
Because actually farming, we are trying to make it a business, more of a business. So if you can find better value addition processes, the better for you.
Yeah.
And I really didn't know coriander has so many benefits. Even the brain and the heart.
Yeah, the brain, the heart, and also your digestion and the gut health.
Hey. So I should be taking this more. I feel like I should now add to other meals that I have never put coriander in. Now you can imagine me putting coriander in greens. But anyway, if it's going to help my brain and my heart and my gut, why not? Why not?
You're going to continue using it as much as you can.
And the funny thing is that it's very compatible with urban farming.
Yeah, because you plant it in your
grow together.
And they just put your seeds and they grow so many. Because I tried planting it in a sack and there was so many that actually they started drying up.
And because of the competition.
Yes. Not even the competition, but I'm not using them as, you see, it's one person using the coriander and there's so many, and you can't use it every day because not every single meal needs coriander. So yes.
So basically, if you have just one basin, it's enough for you for a month.
Very enough for you. A month or more actually. Yes. And for actually now, you see, it has a sweet aroma. And now the scent tends to be very strong for people who are asthmatic.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, so it can cause asthma, it can cause nasal swelling, kama when these strong scents do maybe affect you. It's it aroma. For real, coriander has a very strong aroma. Very strong. You can actually feel it from afar.
Yes.
So that's just its disadvantages. Apart from its sweet aroma and the skin irritation for some people, that's all for, I think, for coriander.
That's nice.
Yes.
I'm learning so much when it comes to herbs. I think I have like 10% information when it comes to herbs, and this is going to be amazing for me.
Yes.
Learning coriander. I didn't know coriander is a herb.
All this. It is a herb.
I didn't know it's a herb.
Yes.
I thought it was part of the spices. The spices.
It's a spice, yes, but its seeds itself is a herb. As you can see, it's actually treating a lot of diseases.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. That is nice. That is very educative. I'm sure I'm not the only one. Please, my viewers, tell me, am I the only one who didn't know Dania is a herb and so many advantages and so many benefits?
So actually talking about the celery farming, the celery family. Now the celery is general. The Dania, now dill. Dill is another almost similar to Dania, but they are not similar.
Yes.
Somehow looks similar, but actually they aren't similar because of maybe its uses and where it's grown and its roots. Now, I think the difference comes, its root. For this family, we have maybe the dill, the coriander, we have parsley. All these are just the same family.
Okay.
They almost look the same. Someone can actually sell you parsley and you think that it's coriander because they almost
they're
look
similar.
the same.
They
Yes.
look the same.
Yes. Then for dill, it's seed. Its seeds are used for herbs. It's an herb, yes. Now, but the seeds are the one which are commonly used as a herb or as a spice for flavoring food. Now, John, I have a fun fact for you.
Okay.
Something that is going to
I am a learning student.
Yes. So actually, did you know that dill was used as a magic weapon and a medicine during the Middle Ages? People used dill to defend themselves against witchcraft and enchantments.
What?
I didn't know that.
Okay.
Yes. You see, this way the people actually do believe in some things. Like, let's say, for example, the magic group. They used to think that if their leader pours water on them, it's a form of blessing that they're going to win the war. Just the same way. So the people during the Middle Ages, they used to defend themselves. They used dill. I don't know if they walikuwa nazifunga mahali ama wanazichuna wanaeka huku mahali ama wanaeka kwa nywele, but they used to think that for this, if we actually use this, then trust me, you're going to win the war. Yes. And also, as I said, it's a magic weapon and it's a medicine. And also, it's used to defend them against witchcraft and enchantment. Do you have any beliefs of witchcraft? That if you use this is not going to happen?
No, I know there are people who believe it. But basically,
give us an example.
Basically, I know it happens. I know it happens. Like, so many, we've seen so many marriages going through that. It's witchcraft. Which witchcraft are we talking about?
Yes, that's witchcraft. And what are they doing with
your mama anaenda and get something for the husband, and the husband does not go out of the marriage. You've never heard of that?
Okay, that's new now. I don't. I really don't. I'm one person. I'm a non-believer of witchcraft. Like, I think it doesn't exist at all. People say it does exist. Yes.
But do you know, I usually think the way we say in the Bible, faith can move mountains. Like, if you actually believe in something, it's going to happen, and it might happen.
Yes.
So I also think
people tend to have a lot of faith.
In
whatever they are given.
Yes.
Maybe if you have this thing, it's going to help you with this, or if you have this, it's going to help you with probably your marriage or get money or your spouse coming back. But people actually believe in different things depending on how they think. I don't know, depending on them now.
So I was also I was not a firm believer of those. Actually, I'm still not a firm believer, but I know these things are there, even if they have not happened to me.
Who do believe
and
it.
I do not believe that they will happen to me. So there are people who actually do it, and it happens to them. And it's there. So basically, I cannot say it's not there because I do not believe in it. But I know it's there, but I do not believe in it. That is the difference.
That it actually does exist.
Yes,
okay,
it
now
exists.
That's where the difference comes in, I think. But for deal now, these people used to think that if kama mtu witchcraft ni kuroga mtu. Yes, so if someone has to perform witchcraft on me, it's not going to work because I have a protection and this is a deal.
No, that is a belief. The same way there is someone who is believing in witchcraft, it's the same way someone is believing, if I use this, this will not happen. It's the same thing. It's all about the belief. Yes.
So for dill, it's actually it can be dried or it can be fresh. So you can find dried dill with sold in the spice section of the supermarket, but the flavor is a pale substitute for fresh dill weed. If that's all you can source, you use more of the dried herb to get dill flavor in your recipe. So for dill, I think it's much better when it's dried than when it's fresh. So and another thing that you're going to learn today is that we do plant things and we're not sure how they work or what is their benefit or where they originated from. So for dill the name dill actually comes from the Old English word dilla, which means to lull, or because it's used to soothe pain, like njua lal kubembeleza ama tu
inaitwa kulua ama inaitwaje?
Yes, like some sort of kubembeleza or soothe something. So for this, the word dilla means to lull, and therefore it was given the word dill because it soothes your stomach pain. Apparently, yes, we are learning.
So that family is good when it comes to stomach issues.
Yes,
because it's the same family with coriander, right?
You can actually use it as a garnish, and I love garnishing my food because it looks presentable. Even if you're alone, you're like, oh, so I actually cook this food for myself. Yes. So that's where the name dill did originate from. And I think another thing, some of the questions that people actually do ask is a dill weed and a dill seed the same thing? We have a dill as a weed and a dill seed, you see. So the difference is for a dill weed, it provides a light, fresh leafy flavor. Kama dania. Yes, but now when it comes to the sweet aroma and the strongest scent, it's for the seed. The seed has the strongest scent.
Ah, okay.
Yes. And as you said, a dill plant is used for culinary spicing up, and it's the best that you can use. We want us to take a short break before we come back and look on some of the advantages of dill. Talking of food, Joanne, take us. You know what I want to say.
So basically, what Mercy wants to say is, she has eaten ugali yesterday or today in the morning. Which one is it?
Both.
Did you try my ugali and tea?
No, that one it's ilikata.
Ilikata aje?
Yes.
You should try it. It works very well with especially kana. It works very well.
If it's for kana, I'll actually do it. So for today's morning, I will actually continue saying that if someone supports you, you won't have the burden of supporting them back. So for the giant millers, they do support local farmers, and that's why I keep on emphasizing that you should buy kana flour. They tell you every single day, kuna unga na kuna kana. Today I don't have much. Just know kuna unga na kuna kana.
Yes.
You just try it out. My campaign, sitaki kwa na so much promises. So I want you to try out and tell me if whatever I'm saying is true. You can comment down below. You can tag us, and you're going to get you a present from kana. So just comment down below. If you have tasted and tried kana, comment down below and tell us how it is and have you found it. Na kama haipatikani tuambie uko wapi and why it is not found. Yes. So we're going to take a short break. This is the Farmers Hot Breakfast Show with me, Mercy Kiamonto.
Joanne Nyambura.
We'll be back shortly.
Celery is a marshland plant that comes from the same family as carrots and parsley. It has long, firm and pale green fibrous stalks and grows in bunches of approximately 8 to 10 centimeters. The stalks taper into leaves at the top. When planting celery, it's best to ensure that the soil is enriched with compost and with a soil pH of between 5.8 to 6.8. It is also important for celery to grow in moisture-retentive soil. Lastly but not the least, select a site that receives full and direct sunlight. Celery needs about 130 to 140 days to mature between seedling and harvest. Growing celery is generally considered to be an ultimate vegetable gardening challenge. It's easy to grow, but has very specific needs. Amaranthus, or locally known as terere, is a highly nutritious vegetable that is cultivated and consumed as a leafy vegetable in many parts of the world. It's easy to grow, matures fast, as it takes an incredible shorter period than most traditional crops. There are many species of Amaranthus, with some green and others red in color. When growing Amaranthus, ensure the soil is well drained and rich in phosphorus, and most importantly, ensure the seeds are well distributed to achieve an even spread when establishing a grain Amaranthus field. Amaranthus is especially loved for its tender leaves and for their healthy dose of ions, vitamins, and a range of minerals. Beetroot is a highly nutritious root vegetable. The beetroot is the top proportion of a beet plant. It is one of the many varieties of the genus Beta vulgaris, all of which are mostly grown for their edible taproots and leaves. Beetroot is a root crop that takes approximately 3 to 4 months to mature. Beetroot is a fairly easy crop to grow as long as the soil is well cultivated prior to planting. Beetroots do not enjoy wet, boggy or shady soils. Beetroot can be sown in trays and transplanted when the seedlings have 2 true leaves. Plant in full sun, space seedlings 10 to 15 centimeters apart, and rows 20 centimeters to 30 centimeters apart so they have room to grow. Beetroots are also ideal for containers or raised beds. Beetroots will happily thrive in small areas as long as there's at least 20 centimeters depth of soil. Beetroot has been used not only for food but also for treatment for numerous conditions. Melon is a trailing vine in the gourd family. The word melon can refer to either the plant or specifically to the fruit. Watermelon is a type of melon that is sweet and refreshing fruit. Watermelons can either be grown on home gardens for small-scale farmers or large-scale depending on the market demand. You can either transplant or plant watermelon seeds directly. For best performance, plant watermelons in hot, sunny locations with loose, fertile, well-drained soil that is rich in organic matter. It is best to plant watermelons on raised rows and ensure that the soil pH is between 6.0 to 6.8. On average, it takes around 3 months for a watermelon to grow from seed to mature fruit, with smaller varieties having shorter growing times than larger varieties of watermelon. Watermelon growing, if done rationally,
and on a scalable basis can be a good source of income.
A nursery bed is a small area of a yard or garden that's used for growing certain selected plants. The goal of a nursery plants to a certain size at which they can be easily transplanted. A nursery bed can also be used to evaluate plants to see if they are worthy of planting in the larger garden, to observe their growth, habit and color, or watch them for pests and diseases. A nursery bed is especially helpful for vegetable gardeners practicing succession in planting, in which a steady supply of fresh produce is maintained.
Thank you so much for the tuning in from the time we started. I think we were a little bit because of the rain, because over here it's raining heavily, but we're glad that you've tuned in, and this is the last segment of this show. Thank you so much for tuning in, and my name is Mercy Kemunto.
Joan Nyambura.
Yes, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to comment on our comment section down below at AFarmers Media on Facebook and AFarmers Media on YouTube and LinkedIn. We are also on both Instagram and Twitter at AFarmers with a Z. That's if you're joining us right now. Yes, you can still watch this video, because once the live is over, the video will be posted on our page, so you can still go back and still watch the show. Yes, that's why we got you covered. Just remember, at AFarmers, we got you. We got your back.
You can also get the links. They're going to be posted on Twitter. So
yes,
at AFarmers with a Z _ So yes, if you are more conversant with Twitter,
yes,
go check out the links. You just click on the links and they take you to the video.
Yes, so, take you to the video that we've been there before. And if you missed any of our shows, they're actually on our page, both Facebook and YouTube. We can actually do watch them, because they are beneficial. And when we say they're beneficial, trust me, they are beneficial. And today we're discussing about herb farming and some of the important facts about herb farming and what are its benefits and what are some of the things that we actually don't know about herb farming.
Yes.
We've talked about coriander, that's Dania. We've talked about dill, yes, and we have one more to go. But before we go on, the rainy season is here, is the planting season, and one thing I think farmers should do is find a way of energizing their crops.
Yes.
And how do they do that? That is by the use of Mega Kelpie. Mega Kelpie is a product from Omnia Nutriology that actually has numerous advantages to your crop from the time you put it in the soil. And one thing is it accelerates the root growth, because you know why? It ensures that the whatever you planted and its unique nutrients that are there are available to the roots. And remember, with plants, when you have a good root, you have a good yield.
Yes, basically,
Rooting
because
is
that is where they get the nutrients.
Yes, water,
and
everything that the plant may
Yes.
need. It also reduces transplant shock. That's if, for example, you are transplanting your crops from the greenhouse to the farm. It reduces its shock, because you know probably someone had planted some seeds or want to plant some seedlings on the greenhouse, and now that the rain is here, you want to transplant them
yes.
back to the farm. You can actually use Mega Kelpie because it absorbs the shock. You know, with roots, once umezitoa, then you plant them, there's this that's the best word.
Environment.
Yes, the different environment. That's what we call the plant shock. So it reduces the transplant shock. It also provides foliar nutrients for rapid uptake of nutrients and water for your crop. Like the roots now, whatever they are uptaking from the soil, it increases the pace at which they are taking it.
Yes.
And it also improves fruit cell and also increases your crop yield and productivity in general. So that's a product from Omnia Nutriology. You can actually find more of their products. They have different varieties. We have a Rhizovita, we have KU Mate, we have Kelpie Max,
Yes.
we have an Omniboost. There's so many.
There's so many.
We have Pura Kelp. There's so many products from Omnia that you can actually check it out on their website. That's www.omnia.com.au www.omnia.com.au. Yes, that's their website. You can actually reach and find out some of these products. Maybe your plant is good with the root system is good. Maybe you've already transplanted it and you're thinking of a different product that you can use. Or of a different product that you can use on your crop. Maybe there's a different challenge that you are actually facing. You can try out
Their products.
Yes. From Omnia Nutriology. Going back to the topic, we were discussing about herb farming. We've talked about coriander, we've talked about dill. And for a dill plant, you just want to understand how to plant it and how to harvest a dill plant. And just like most herbs, a dill plant can be grown pretty much everywhere because it can withstand both heat and cool weather conditions. Yes, and they can be planted close together in a partial shade. Si mali kuna jua sana, at least a small shade, not a shade sana yenye pia inazi prevent from sunlight, but just a small shade. And they can, yes, like a small shade to see sana, like si yenye prevent from sunlight. Yes. And also a dill can also do well in a greenhouse as long as you provide a container large enough for its roots, because they have roots of up to 8 inches.
What?
Yes. And a pot that has rich soil, so it can do well in a greenhouse. But if you are doing maybe you're using potting trays, you can have it a bigger one, a large enough for its rooting.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
8 inches.
Yes, 6. Actually, its roots are actually 6 to 8 inches in diameter. So you can imagine.
Wow.
Can be very big.
Okay.
Yes.
And so you really need to find the perfect place for them.
Perfect space. Actually, I could say the perfect place. You can use a greenhouse or a partially shaded area, but it has to be a place whereby they can be able to root very well without hindrance of any form. Yes. Another thing, it is really hard to transplant once it's grown beyond the seedling stage, because their taproots are relatively long. So it's very hard. So if you actually do transplant plant them, you have to transplant when they are at a seedling stage. Once they are past that, their taproots grow really long, so it will be very hard to uproot and maybe plant again to a different farm.
So basically you transplant the dill. You know, with coriander, you don't have to.
You don't have to transplant.
You don't have to transplant.
But you can if you want to just, but for coriander it's still hard.
Yeah.
It's better even just to
it's
plant
not necessary.
Even in the greenhouse. It's not a mandatory thing that you should do. Yes.
And actually it reduces stress because they actually grow well together. I don't know why. I feel they look nice when they're together.
They're together.
Yes. But then you need to check if some are maybe you can transplant maybe when you see they're overcrowding the same place. So basically you can also transplant coriander.
Yes.
But for me, for my kitchen garden, I don't need to transplant
it. Yes.
Because I'm just going to pick the big ones and leave the other ones that they can enjoy the nutrients.
Yes. It's also a quite easy crop to grow and also plant because it takes a minimal amount of attention. Yes. Just you do the weeding part. Itaji ati ukwe hapo unaichunga from every stage, like it doesn't require much of your attention, so you can just plant it and leave it at that. As long as it's a rich soil, as long as there's enough place for its taproot growing, then you're good to go.
So basically, if you have the right conditions from the beginning, you only need to plant and transplant if you're transplanting, and then that's it.
Yes.
You wait for the maturity for you to come harvest.
Back and wait for its maturity. And also, lastly, it does not need too much water and seems to do better if it keeps on the dry side. Can you imagine now?
Ish.
It doesn't need a lot of water. So why not try planting dill?
You should.
Yes, it's a very advisable crop to actually do plant, and as we've seen some of its benefit, and that's important that you should work on that.
I just love how yesterday we were talking about urban farming, and now we are talking about
some of the herbs that you can actually plant in your kitchen garden.
Yes.
It's actually really important, and I love the way these topics are actually relating, because as we said, every single day it's a learning day.
Yes.
And our mantra is here at Breakfast Show is don't be a comfortable farmer.
Yes.
Learn everything possible. Learn as much as you can. Ensure that each and every single day when you go back to your home, you've learned something. You've understood something about your crop. Atakama umeshinda kwa farm, and you've realized probably this plant when it flowers, it sheds the flowers immediately, or it takes how long. That's something that you've learned. Even if you might not see its benefit now, you might see its benefit later on.
Yes.
It's very important to learn something every single day. Yes.
Basically, the deal is, as I was saying, it's perfect for urban farming.
Yes,
especially if you don't have the big space, or maybe the land you're using tins and you're using buckets, and your balcony is not lighted enough. The sun cannot get there enough. You understand that now. The aspect of a shade. It's going to have a shade, and it's going to have a little bit of sun. So there's maximizing on both, and then you don't really need to use a lot of water.
Yes.
So when we were talking about farming, the main reason, one of the challenges was how to attain water.
Yes.
So now you actually have a plant
that actually does better on a dry side of land, dry side of your land.
Yes. So you won't have an issue with water. You won't have an issue with shade. Kidogo too.
Yes. And some of its advantages is that it's packed with micronutrients that provide health benefits now the dill plant, either in seed form or in powder form, or as a freshly leafy vegetable. It has vitamin A, which helps you maintain a healthy vision. So apart from carrots, we have another thing that can help you maintain a healthy vision.
I'm loving this plant.
Yes,
I'm loving this plant.
It helps your skin maintain a healthy skin. You also your immune system and the growth and your reproductive health.
Yes, even it has calcium. I understand.
It has also calcium. Calcium, teeth. It's important for your bones.
Yes.
Yeah. And another thing, it also contains vitamin C, which is an important antioxidant that helps your body resist infection. It's also a good source of fiber, and we've said calcium and also iron. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that is very nice.
I think for this plant, it's something that you can actually try, even using it. As you said, we've seen the difference of using it as a leafy vegetable, and also it's the difference between using it as a seed. Both are actually beneficial either way. Yes.
So basically, the whole plant is a whole package.
Yes.
You're not losing on any end, and it does not require much.
It does not require much.
So if you're starting urban farming, we have given you one plant that is going to work for you.
To be very beneficial. Yes.
You can try it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not going to give you stress. Yes.
I think basically that's it for a dill plant. That's all they can learn about a dill plant. If you have more, you can comment on below. The space is yours. Just teachers, educators.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, we both are learning, because we are both farmers and we both want to learn from each other. Like any amount of information hata kama ni the minimal the tiniest thing that you know about a dill plant, you can comment down below, and you will be teaching maybe a farmer on some of these things.
Yes. Even when it comes to coriander, if you have any other, maybe something we forgot to mention that is very beneficial.
Very beneficial of if you're planting it. What are some of the challenges that you've encountered, and maybe with the pests, the diseases? These are some of the things that you can tell a farmer out here, and it can be very beneficial. You can do this by joining our Facebook page for farmers. It's called African Farmers Club. It's on Facebook. Trust me, you won't regret joining that group.
True.
It's not that group and you're not joining a laugh like, I know, let me just leave this group. No, it's one very beneficial group that you can actually try joining. Yeah.
Yes.
Now I want to go to the thyme plant. And at first I didn't think that I know what a thyme plant is, but I think Joanne has a better understanding of what a thyme plant is. And I want you to take us through what a thyme plant really is.
It actually looks like a rosemary design, I
Yes,
think.
it looks sort-ish of a rosemary.
Yes. As you have said, I don't really have a really good understanding of the plant, but I have some information on it.
About it.
Yes. But the thing with thyme, it's, as I've said, it's almost the same as rosemary. So basically the effects and the benefits will be the same.
It has it has a lot of health benefits.
Yes.
Putting it in your drinking water, you can put it in your tea.
Tea.
It's a plant that is broad, and it can also be same to dill. Actually, all these plants actually have almost similar benefits and almost look this. For coriander and dill, they almost look same. Thyme is a little bit different. It's more of a rosemary, but it's very beneficial to your health. When I say beneficial, it is beneficial.
Yes, and basically what cuts across all the herbs we've talked about is the gut section, your digestive system.
And your digestive health.
Yes, they all cut across. They are very beneficial for it. And actually thyme, I understand it helps prevent or maybe deal with colon cancer. Yes, basically. So anything that has to do with inside the digestive part of it, it's very very good. And when it comes to bacterial and fungal infections, it's also
important.
It
helps.
Yes,
actually.
it helps. Yes.
And also, I think for it lowers, or it makes your high blood pressure.
It lowers your
high blood pressure. Yes, it's important. You can try it out. It might not be like 100% effective. It might be 20% effective, but that's a progress.
Yes.
Yes.
Another thing is we are heading to that section of the season where it's raining and we had sunny weather.
Yes.
So basically, most of us are going to be affected by homa. This is another one for it. Sasa nimekupatia another one.
Another solution for those of us who are affected by cold and homa. Like this is, I think, a better way to go.
Yes, it actually relieves your cough. You understand that there are people who actually have that issue, the chest pains, and when you cough, you have those pains, it relieves the cough. So you don't have to go through that. And another thing is, another interesting factor. Do you know what mosquito causes yellow fever?
You know? Do you know?
Which mosquito spreads yellow fever?
No. It's called what?
It's called
A tiger mosquito.
Tiger mosquito.
Oh, I think I've heard about a tiger mosquito.
Yes.
But I really didn't know that it's the type of mosquito that does spread yellow fever.
Yeah, it spreads other fevers, but the basic one yenye kila mtu maybe can be conversant with is the yellow fever. And actually
it does kill.
It's part of what was used to kill the
tiger mosquito.
Larvae.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes, that is so interesting. I was like, hey, okay, yellow fever. It was a very big deal. It was a very big deal, and actually, there are people who are still affected by it up to now. Yes, and I think Thyme is doing
its thing.
Yeah,
it's your thing. Yes.
Yes. Another interesting factor is that people who are affected by patchy hair loss. You understand, people who loses hair patches
in small portion.
It actually helps also. So basically, those are the few benefits I have gone through and I have become conversant with for Thyme, and I feel so achieved
that you learn about Thyme today. I had to force John to learn about Thyme, and she was like, "What's a Thyme?
What is a Thyme? I didn't know."
If you don't look at the picture, you can't even tell what it is.
Yes.
We're going to post a picture of a thyme plant today.
Yes,
you actually get to see how a thyme plant really looks like. And we've discussed about coriander, its health benefits. We've discussed about dill, its health benefits. And we also discussed about thyme, its health benefits. These are herbs that are almost similar in matters of growing and in matters of financial benefits.
Yes.
That's a go-to trial herb farming that you should try. Yes, because I've seen its benefit, and I think someone should give a testimonial of how they actually are and how they work. For those of us who have planted this type of plant, you can actually tell us how it is.
Yes.
It is like and we're coming to the end of the show, and it's sad. That's sad. Sadly, we're coming to the end of it because time is not our side. But we're going to be here tomorrow. That's from 7 to 9 a.m. Yes, just don't forget to tune in for the Hot Breakfast Show, where the energy is on fire, the vibe is on fire,
in the morning.
The people are also on fire. The viewers, as farmers, we are also on fire.
Yes.
So just don't forget to join this amazingly interesting show where we talk about the lifestyle of a farmer, challenges that a farmer are facing, and everything that entails production and pre-production. Yes, that's what we actually do discuss here in the breakfast show. I'm so happy that you've tuned in. As you can see, I'm all smiling because of you guys, because I know you just there watching us and giving us the support that we need, and we really do appreciate. And don't forget, yet breakfast show, me and Joanne, we actually do appreciate you as a farmer every single day of what you put yourself into, of the risk, the amount of risk that you put yourself into, and the benefits that you bring into this country generally, economically, providing food. It's not a small thing.
Food security,
ensuring that it's just up there. So we actually appreciate you. We actually do love you here at the Hot Breakfast Show, and we want to leave you with our normal mantra, which says that don't be a comfortable farmer. Just please don't be a comfortable farmer. I'm also not going to be a comfortable farmer, and I'm also not going to be a comfortable show host. I will be bringing in some guests, some expertise that you can actually interact with and ask questions. Yes, we also will be bringing them to the studio, or also will be having them via calls. But if you have any question, we will get an opportunity to actually ask them. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms. I will keep on repeating for those who are joining in the show. That is AFarmers Media on Facebook, Farmers Media on YouTube and LinkedIn, AFarmers with a Z on Instagram, and also on Twitter. Just don't forget, find a comfortable social media platform that you are comfortable with and reach to us, because someone is always standby waiting for your text, waiting for your DM, and also waiting for your call, whereby you can call us on 0700293031. Till tomorrow, we love you.
Bye.
Bye.